just his finger into each of his students' faces.
Get your clucking finger out of my face. What you think? What you thought this was? When was the last time you threw hands at somebody? Like, whether it was like, you know, your cousin's bully or your brother or sister's bully, and you stepped in and was like, hey, yo, what's up? Like, what's good? Like, we can scrap right now. I heard you messing with my cousin, or I heard you messing with my brother or sister. So what's up? We can throw hands right now. When's the last time you threw hands at somebody? Not even a bully. You know, somebody, you know, said something wrong to you. It was like straight disrespectful. Or somebody just did something to you or said something to you. And you was like, what's up? What's up? Like, for real. Like, this fight is long overdue. Like, we can throw hands right now. When was the last time? When was the last time you threw hands? Let me know in the comment section. Keep cool. Wow. 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 I almost said my whole ending of the video in the beginning of the... Let's go. Sup, though.
Number 15, Mr. Reynolds. This clip shows footage of a Tulsa city teacher breaking something across his desk and then proceeding to throw a chair and a student desk across the room. All the
Damn!
Shouting.
You can... Yo, this video quality is not that great, but that's... Even though it's not that great, you can kind of see he is mad red in the face. That's why I can't be a teacher. He is red as hell in the face. Like, you know, white, not to be racist, but like when white people get mad or whatever, they get red. You know, when black people get mad, you know, they get white. So, I'm like, all I'm saying is he is red as clock in the face. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I can't be no teacher because if one of my students made me that mad, I'm throwing hands.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? He then kicks a student out of the classroom, telling him not to come back.
What is...
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
He doing too much. Relax.
Get out now. Don't come back.
KJRH-TV published this clip in January of this year, 2018, writing, Tulsa Public School Superintendent Deborah Just on Thursday addressed a video that surfaced of a teacher throwing a desk in class.
Yo, he can't be... Like, the only thing he can like really get mad about is that receding ass hairline. Like, again... I'm not joning on nobody, but all I'm saying is, if you need to get mad at something, get mad at you're like the white LeBron James. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Oh my God, yo, that's crazy. I can still see like the receding hairline, even though the video is like not that good of a quality. That's
directly after the incident. Just told the media that the teacher in question wouldn't be teaching the rest of the week, and later said he was unlikely to teach in a Tulsa public school classroom ever again.
Or teach 14, at all.
Teacher standing on desk. This video shows South Carolina teacher Lisa Houston pulling the hair of her student who is sleeping at his desk.
I think you should stop doing that, because what if he really is asleep and you just annoying as hell? Or what if he just having a bad day, you know, and he's asleep? You standing on a desk. The desk is not that stable. He can easily, you know, move the desk while he sleep. Or like, you know, while he sleep, he can easily move the desk or move his arms or make a very subtle movement or whatever. And that's your ass. You falling hard as hell on the floor. And you can't blame nobody. You shouldn't have been messing with him like that. And let alone standing on the desk. Because best believe, if I was asleep in the classroom and you was annoying me and I had a bad day, and you standing on the desk messing with me physically, I'm not saying I will push you off the desk. But I'm just saying, you're going to end up on the floor. Just saying.
The 27-year veteran teacher at Palmetto High stands on the student's desk, nudging him with her toe and patting his face, trying to wake him. While not excessive compared to some encounters on this list.
Okay, wow, that was all right. Now, she just put her dusty ass shoes on him. Are you serious? Okay, you definitely busting your ass. Now get your dirty ass shoes. Nah, that's one thing to put your hands on me, let alone my face, to wake me up. I don't know where your hands has been, but to put your shoes on me and to kick me. I don't care if you kick me hard. I don't care if you did like a little tap. Kicking is kicking. So I'm going to kick you right back, bitch.
Sent social media into a frenzy and resulted in...
See, oh my God.
The verdict. Houston retired early in what her lawyer, Ryan Beasley, called a forced resignation, and many students were not on board with the school board's decision. In fact, they marched in her support at their school, calling her one of the best of teachers. Even the boy in the video wrote a letter in her favor, and his father said they never requested disciplinary action to be taken against
Get
him.
Your shoes off me.
What do you think? Was this behavior worthy of a forced resignation?
Yes.
Number 13, busted iPhone. A middle-aged female teacher is giving a presentation for her students on a projector. In the middle of her presentation, a loud beeping is heard. It seems that a teenage boy in the front row has received a call on his phone. Instead of powering down, he takes the call with his head bowed, and instead of continuing with her lesson, the teacher rips the phone out of his hand and smashes it to pieces.
Okay. Clearly, the student was in the wrong. He shouldn't have been on his phone in the classroom. He's in class, so he should have had that bitch on vibrate or silent or whatever. You know, even if he had to answer the phone, you could have just walked outside, stepped out for a few minutes, a few seconds. Okay. The student was clearly in the wrong. And I don't know how many times he has did this in the classroom. But all I'm saying is, and I know teachers hate that shit, but look, all I'm saying is, that's a motherfucking iPhone. iPhones are expensive as hell. And when she did that, when she took it, all she could have done was just took the phone and said, "You're not getting it back at the end of the, not until like the end of the class or like the end of the day or something like that." She could have just snatched it and held on to it, and that would have been the end of the story. But what she did, she better hope he got insurance on that phone, because if he, whole time, if that was me, and I was on the phone, and I knew, obviously I was in the wrong for answering the phone in class. But if she snatched my phone and then slammed it on the floor, on some hard ass floor like that, and I seen my phone like break. Oh. And if I don't have insurance, somebody call for number some money. That's all I'm saying. She could have easily snatched it and held on to it. She did not have to cluck and break the phone. Like she doing too much. That's crazy. And even if I did have insurance, you're still giving me some monies. That's ridiculous. Teachers be thinking they can just do whatever hell they want. Like, nah, that's not how that shit works. Nope, especially not no iPhone. You know, I can see if you did it with a Samsung, because Samsung, you know, nobody cares about. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. First of all, I love Apple, but you know, I have no hate against Samsung. But that was completely unnecessary.
On the linoleum floor, then she just gets back to business. The verdict is mixed on whether this action was justified. In the comments section of this video, YouTuber Peter Pinter wrote deserved, while Brett Merrow wrote, what an ill-tempered display of a lack of self-control. Do you think the teacher had the right to do something like this?
Hell no.
I think just taking the phone away for the rest of class would have been sufficient.
What I'm saying.
Number 12. Prank gone wrong. We've all done it, played pranks on our poor, long-suffering teachers. But some students push the prank a bit too far, past the point of no return. Published by Timothy Wagenseller in October of 2013. In the video, one of the pranksters shouts, "Computers suck," then promptly smashes the keyboard against the computer, destroying the computer. Keys start flying everywhere. He tries to break the keyboard over his knee. Then he picks up the computer monitor and chucks it against the wall.
Computers suck.
Needless to say, the computer teacher doesn't keep his cool. He walks steadily across the room and tells the man in no uncertain terms to leave.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Get that out of here.
Alright.
He continues to walk towards him as the student backs away. Off screen, it's clear that the teacher is following him out the door. Though the teacher's reaction was certainly frightening, what he didn't see was that the pair had placed a hidden camera and are seen switching out the school computer for a dummy computer, complete with a dummy keyboard. It's said he shortly retired after the incident, and
I can't take no teacher seriously, or anybody seriously with like some knee-high shorts, especially like some UPS, FedEx type shorts. Like, come on, I can't take you seriously, man. I don't care how furious you get. I don't care how mad you get. I don't care how many veins are popping out of your face and your neck. You coming at me storming like that with some knee-high box shorts, I'm going to chuckle a little bit. I'm going to be like,
don't blame him. Number 11, dragging student. Many of the entries so far have been filmed by students themselves. But what happens when security cameras catch teachers behaving badly?
wow.
One Kentucky teacher, Ashley Silas, found out the hard way. Silas was caught red-handed guiding a student down a hall. And when I say guided, I mean dragging a 6-year-old. Silas claims she was forced to drag the boy because he was acting up. Still, that doesn't justify dragging a first grader roughly by the arm down a hallway.
Exactly. He's 6. You couldn't just pick him up. You had to drag him. You couldn't be like, and then walk with him. See, that's what I'm talking about. If she got kids, I feel sorry for her kids. Because if she does that in public, what do you think she does behind closed doors at home with her kids? She may be doing time. I don't know. I don't know.
At least that's what the boy's parents said. Although they acknowledge that the boy struggles with behavioral issues, they say he suffers from ADHD. Silas, on the other hand, claimed that the student sought to be the center of attention and actually liked being dragged down the hallway.
Alright, wow.
At first, the school didn't agree. The teacher was fired, but she appealed the decision and was rehired as a floating teacher in the school system.
The hell?
With a 7-week unpaid suspension for her conduct.
What's a floating
The attorney for the school system said they were forced to take Silas back and asked the question we are all probably asking. In what world is it okay to do something like this?
It's not.
The answer, in a world that's getting crazier by the day. Number 10. Snapped. Teachers are often pushed to the brink of insanity by disruptive students. Sometimes these wary teachers snap, and when they do, it's not pretty. YouTuber Enter Decipher published footage of one of these snaps in October of 2010. After saying he has the power and he knows it, the teacher becomes more confrontational. That's when he starts overturning desks and going absolutely crazy.
Y'all laughing and shit. He gonna cluck one of y'all up. Y'all over here laughing. I bet you. The only thing, yo, if I was in that classroom, y'all wouldn't even see me leave. I would low-key be in the back of the classroom. And if he doing all that extra shit, I low-key, y'all would not see me leave on moms. Y'all would not see me leave. But y'all definitely would have heard the door open and close. That's crazy. That's a red flag. That's a couple red flags right there. Y'all over here laughing and giggling and think this shit, nah. Y'all gotta pay attention to the red flags. I'm trying to tell you.
At one point he says, "Do you know who started the fire in this school? Me." He then picks up something, a book maybe, and slams it onto the floor. The students start running scared, fleeing the room screaming. Viewers are mixed about whether or not the unruly students had it coming. Some think the teacher was in the right, and under such duress anyone might break. Others think that the teacher overreacted and should have just called security or sent those misbehaving out of the classroom. Number 9, no nonsense teacher. Though we don't know the events before this video began being recorded, a confrontation has broken out between two students. As they get closer and closer, it seems like it's only seconds before everything gets out of hand. But luckily, the teacher is not having any of this nonsense.
Shit. If I was a teacher, I would let some of these shit pass. Like, if there's two students beefing and they about to go into a fight, I low-key, because I don't want to get involved with that in the mix of that. Because let one of y'all bitches hit me. I'm going both. I don't care who hit me. I'm going to both of y'all bodies. So I'm gonna be at my desk, and if there's two students beefing, with, like in this video right now, I would have been on my phone or reading some newspaper or whatever, or reading some papers. And I low key, I would have been like this. They over there beefing. And they're beefing, it's escalating. But I'm over here at my desk. I would have been like, wait, hold on. This is my papers, right? You want me to do something? I got you. Watch this. I got you. So that, exactly, I ain't do nothing. You got it.
In an angry tone, he tells both boys to sit back down. One complies while the other leaves the classroom after being bombarded by the teacher. Though it appears the teacher's patience was certainly tested, it was good he prevented the situation from getting much worse. Who knows what would have happened if he hadn't been there. Number 8. Restrained. Have you ever been restrained indefinitely by a teacher? This kid has. Published by VT Jima in April of 2014. This video shows a young male student being restrained on a school bus by his female teacher. She is holding him tightly on her lap with both arms as the boy slowly panics. She tells him she wants him to calm down and pats his arm as he wiggles and squirms to get away.
You better run.
This is why we need seatbelts on a motherfucking school bus. Seatbelts. And depending on how old you are, the age range you got, they should be a child locked or like child protected seatbelts or whatever. Like only like adults or the bus driver can unfasten your seatbelt or whatever. Because all I'm saying is, like, God damn.
Well, you better wrestle him.
He gonna throw hands. You better stop.
A while later, as the boy tells the teacher to let go of him and tries to slam his head against her, this is when she snaps. Standing up, she takes the boy's head and pushes it forward, while still restraining him with her other arm, and tells him he needs to stop. It seems the boy's behavior is delaying the bus's departure. Another pair of arms appear in view as someone else attempts to help restrain the boy. After he tries to break free again, the boy says the new woman who stepped in is laughing, although the clip doesn't show her face. In fact, the students seem to think this is all fun and games. It is until someone gets hurt. Number 7, Band Breakdown. 713 published his mental breakdown on September of 2012 writing, "The music teacher has had it with the talking." After a squeaky score, the conductor stops the band and they immediately break into song, a song of disruption and chit-chat. The teacher doesn't take it in stride. He shouts at his students to stop talking, grabs the nearest musical instrument that he can find, which just so happens to be one of his students' violins, smashes it against the wall, and then breaks the bow over his knee. The class...
If that was my violin, alright, two things. If that was a school's violin that he broke out of my hands, cool. No money out of my pocket. But if I bought that bitch, and I paid good money for it, and you, nah. That's not money coming out of only your pockets, but your wife's pockets, your kids' pockets, or your neighbor's pockets, and the school's pockets. So like I said, if the violin was bought from the school, alright, cool, fine. But if I bought that bitch, oh man, I'm getting money left and right. Just saying.
Immediately goes silent. Then the music teacher says to the student whose instrument he just snapped like a toothpick, "You know what day it is today." April 1st, the student replies. Number 6, history repeats itself.
No shit.
Summerzilla 53 published this insane video in November of 2013, writing that the teacher on record is Mr. Fratto, and that he, in his opinion, is a little crazy. See for yourself. Fratto, who teaches history class, is heard telling Charles to quit eyeballing him. Charles, as it turns out, is a stuffed shirt. Propped up at the teacher's desk, the teacher does seem to be a little off. Between telling Charles off and mimicking him, he suddenly leans forward on his cane and, on a totally other subject, asks the class, "Hey, do you guys believe in legends?" As Mr. Fratto continues with his lesson, all the while leaning forward on his cane and telling of town squares, packed full of townspeople to witness the burnings. Mr. Fratto then says he doesn't care if they believe it or not, but he believes it. Then he whips around again sporadically and shouts at Charles to quit eyeballing him. After that, the finale. "That's it," Fratto yells, before striking Charles with his cane.
Quit eyeballing me! Because I believe it. I said because I believe it. That's it! I told you, Brad. I told you, get over here.
Got me clogged up. Hey, where you going, Gattor? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll be back. I'm done for the rest of the day. Deuces.
He knocks the stuffed shirt until it falls out of the chair. Then he throws his cane to the ground. So what's going on here? Many in the comments section are wondering the same thing, with some declaring that they thought Charles was a real person the whole time. I'll admit, upon first watch, so did I, while others say he must be on something. Some agree that this is disturbing. What do you think? Number 5,
It's
no
crazy.
pomegranates. Matt's Legit published a video of a super strange and scary encounter in October of 2017, writing, "Teacher mad about pomegranates, will we ever find out why?"
Like to drink?
Already, the description makes the story intriguing. Watch the clip and you'll see it's even more curious than described.
Say the rule again. No pomegranates!
Like the, is it, no, is it the drink?
The teacher, standing at the front of the class in front of a projector, demands the classroom say it. That is, say no pomegranates. She shouts the phrase with gusto, and her students repeat unenthusiastically.
Yo, if it's the drink, she must be either on something or it's like a personal thing that's going on with her. And like that day was just like the breaking point, because if you get mad over some drinks, some bomb ass drinks, then you shouldn't really be leaving the house. You shouldn't really have no human interactions, because you're getting mad over a drink. If that's what you're talking about, that, you know, because there is a drink called pomegranate. But if it's not, then if it's some, I feel like she's just taking it way out of proportion. Like, I feel like this shit's personal.
She urges them, "Come on," and then it gets quite scary. Red-faced and screaming, she jumps up and down like a toddler throwing a tantrum. No pomegranates. The classroom is completely silent, probably in a state of surprise. "I don't want them anywhere near here," she says. "Am I clear?" Thankfully, one soul in the comments section has an explanation. YouTuber Headlock wrote, "For some context, she was talking about negative versus positive reinforcement. It was a psychology class." Number 4,
What?
bad teacher. This clip begins with the teacher in the middle of a rant about what real is. Apparently it hurts and isn't nice. Along with ranting and raving about real life, the teacher, identified as Stephen Roth. The rant is full of strange thoughts and mocking. Throughout his speech, the teacher claims that no one cares about the kid, and his manner of ill treatment is preparing him for the real world. Tough love, so to speak.
What's the definition of normal? Hey! Yo, I get what you're saying. You want me to call you normal, but you don't even know what it is. That makes a whole lot of sense.
When you leave here, no one cares that you're special, the teacher says. Through the entire video, Roth's entire demeanor is aggressive. Then when the student says he won't be called special when he gets out of school, the teacher takes it a step further. He approaches his desk to intimidate the kid, asking him what's he gonna do. Roth faced disciplinary action from the school district in New Jersey. Number 3, strict no texting policy. Sometimes college professors can be just as crazy as those you encounter in high school. Paul Travis Phillips published this clip in August of 2010, showing how seriously professors often take themselves when a student is caught texting in class while the professor is speaking. Instead of letting it slide, as most professors might, this one takes action. After asking if the student is texting and getting a confirmation, the professor navigates the rows of student desks, holds out his hand for the phone, and returns to the front of the classroom. There, he says he has a strict policy about texting. He snaps the phone in half and puts...
I'm throwing mother. Clucking hands. You saw that the student handed nicely to the teacher his phone without no problems, no, he wasn't being extra. He just said, hey, here you go. My bad. Now, I don't know how many times he texted in a class, in that class, right? But he handed it over to him nicely, calmly. So was that really necessary for you to break his phone? And then put it in a glass of liquid? You know what would have been real funny? Is if after he did that, he broke his phone. Like the student knew he was going to break his phone or whatever. He just pulled out another phone and started texting. Hey, y'all remember back in the good old days when we had the flip phones or the phones that had the keyboard on them, and like one number was like had like 3 letters on it. So like you press a number, you press like you press a certain number to get like to C. You press another number 2 times to get to A or something like that. Cause low key. Because you can't really do it now. You probably could, but it's a lot harder. But back in the day, when you had those like press a number 3 times to get to a certain letter on the keyboard, you can do that without even looking at your phone. Like you can look at your professor, you can look at your teacher, you can look straight ahead the whole time. You're texting, and you know exactly what you're saying too. That's crazy. Times were simpler back in the day. But yeah, let me know if y'all know, if y'all remember those. Press a certain number 2-3 times to get to a certain letter. Let me know that. Cause I used to just kill it. I can look dead at you, and my phone would be like right here or something, or be like underneath the desk, and I'd be looking straight at you, looking like I'm paying attention, but I'm really not. Yeah, I feel like that was kind of unnecessary though. Breaking your phone, like, come on.
Pieces into his glass of water.
I have a strict policy about texting.
While the classroom watches in sheer surprise.
And it looked like he put his hands back into his pockets as if he's going to go back or like resume class, as if he didn't just break his fucking phone. Either I'm throwing, bit my tongue. Either I'm throwing hands at the teacher and getting money back that same day, or I'm just going to get money back that same day.
The student is pretty upset, as would anyone be. He packs his bags and leaves the classroom without a word. Number 2, teacher meltdown. This video, published by TV Howcan in February of 2017, is short but to the point. In it, the teacher is clearly having a meltdown as he screams at the top of his lungs, thrusts his finger into each of his students' faces.
Get your clucking finger out of my face. What you think? What you thought this was? Get that clucking God. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Get your finger out of my face. Because if you don't, either I'm breaking your junk or I'm slapping your hand out of my face.
And slams his fist down onto the desk in front of him. Apart from saying he's going to throw the students out, it's hard to tell what he's ranting and raving about. He's spluttering so much, but what is clear is he should probably retire yesterday. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way, you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1, break time. Some teachers really need to take some anger management classes.
Hell yeah.
This one especially. This surveillance footage shows what sometimes happens behind closed doors to our most vulnerable, our children. A teacher from Riverdale School in Ohio was caught on camera.
I'm hitting the shit out of your vagina. I know it's gonna hurt. Probably not as bad as when guys get hit in the balls, but I know that bitch hurts. She had no reason. It was pointless of her to pick him up like that, just to have him like a couple inches. Like, why? There was no point of her moving him like that. She could have just, what? That was unnecessary and uncalled for. Get your hands off me, you sons of bitches. The kid was literally right here. There was no reason whatsoever for her to put her hands on him, pick him up from this spot to this spot. What?
Grabbing a 6-year-old student aggressively in a hallway. The kindergartner was headed out of the bathroom when his teacher, Barb Williams, approached him, grabbed hold of him by the front of the shirt, and pinned him to the wall. Held there, Williams squeezed the child's face, then lifted him off the ground by his shirt. You can see his head fly back when she does this. Eric Hoffman, the Riverdale superintendent, suspended the teacher without pay for 10 days and warned her that
that bitch should have been fired. The fuck is you talking? What would y'all do? What would y'all do if you knew this happened to your kid? Or what would you do? Yeah, if this happened to your kid and you saw, like, the cameras. What you doing? You throwing hands? Yes, you are. You lying if you saying otherwise. That's your kid. Again, it was no point of her picking up him from this point to this point. Like, I'm throwing hands. Well, either if I don't throw hands, I'm getting somebody else to throw hands.
Terminated for any further misconduct, citing that her actions were completely unwarranted and unprofessional. But this punishment wasn't enough to the Nelsons. Despite Ian being moved to a different kindergarten class in the school, they wanted her fired. They planned to pursue charges with the Hancock County Sheriff's Office. Not sure if the charges stuck, but they certainly had proof of excessive force in this video. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.
Again, that's why I can't be no teacher. Because let somebody rub me the wrong way. Let somebody be let a student be disrespectful. Let a student do some wild shit. And I promise you, either I'm throwing hands or I'm throwing hands. That's why I can't be no teacher. I can't. Because I'm going to end up getting charges off bucks. And if I knew my child was getting mistreated or like misbehaved by a teacher, I'm throwing hands at the teacher. Like, so let me know in the comment section below. Could you be a teacher, right, regardless of the age? Well, no, could you be a teacher for like, no, yeah, I guess regardless of the age group or grade, could you be a teacher? Or what would you do if a teacher did something to you physically or like mentally or something like that? Or broke your phone or whatever? What would you do? Because I know some of this stuff in this video happened to one of y'all out there that's watching. Teachers be thinking they just run this shit. Like, y'all don't. Y'all teachers. You're teachers. You're teachers. You're teachers. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family, I don't know what all that was.